I want to share a lot of secrets that have helped me personally to be able to sell, right? My business. I mean, name it, any type of business that you can think about, I've been involved in it even while I was on campus. So I was a graphic designer in University of Ilorin, and I worked with a group of people that sell several things. I mean, as students, and some were into catering, some were into baking, some were into services. I mean, it's just a mixture of goods and services. So I have the perfect experience of how to do business as an undergraduate, and I can tell you everything that I'm going to share for you here if we are going to follow it through. In fact, that's why I'm not here to read any slides to you. I want to speak to you. I've scripted a few things that I know that works. And if you listen to me and you do it successfully, I can tell you that you will make a lot of money. So let me give you an example. There is somebody that I personally coached and does business. She does business. I think there are about 2, 3 people. There is one that is in Ibadan. There is one that is in Ilorin. There's another one. I think is in Abuja. Like, I mean, literally, these guys. One of them just did sales of over in just 1 month over 1 million naira, and I can tell you that it is very possible. But you see, most of the time, there are just a few things that you need to put in place even as a student, to make sure that those things are possible. So when I tell you that as an undergraduate, you can be making 1 million naira, some people say, it's not possible in this type of Nigeria, something like that. I did it during my own time. I have a few testimonials online where I've shared it, or let me share a bit of my story. Maybe I'll start from there. I said I was a student in University of Ilorin, coming in as a student, just like everybody, I did not have enough support. And you know where this story is actually going eventually. I did not have a lot of support because maybe I should not go into personal details about myself, about a lot of things that surrounded my education, right? Just like everybody, there's no money everywhere and all that. And I started learning design, just like some of us have said here that we were into graphic design. And I mean, I learned design, graphic designing. I was able to do design. As a student, I started working on campus. I learned it myself, but I got into the community of a lot of people, the cycle of some friends and all that. I started getting gigs. I mean, started getting designs. Oh, this person will give me design for 20,000 naira. I mean for 5,000 naira, for 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, all that. And from there, I started growing to working with not only those that are in my school. I started working with those outside of my school. I mean, as a student. Please just remember, as a student, I was working with people outside the school. And it's not that I have a lot of time, because at that same time, I was involved in academics, obviously. I was involved in my fellowship at the same time. In fact, I held about 3 positions as at that time. And I can tell you there was a time that with the people that I was working with about 4 brands at the same time. 3 of them, they were outside the country. I mean, I was working with a brand in Texas. I will tell you how I got those brands. So, working with a brand in Texas, right? That brand is a basketball brand. It was when my laptop had issues that they dropped me from working with them. Basketball brand, and I was an undergraduate. I was working with a tech brand also in United States. I was working with another brand that is what's their name? I said I was working the basketball brand. Then there is one tech brand. Then there's another brand that's sorry, please. There's another brand that I was working with in the UK. Yes, it's also a tech brand. And what I do for them is design. And lastly, I was working with a brand in Nigeria. Is ECOWAS. All these brands, I worked with them while as a student. That is exactly the reason why I am sharing this to you. That number one, it's possible. first to do business as a student. So whoever has told you that lie that you cannot combine business with studentship is a big lie. I mean, go and scrape that off your book, because you and I, you agree with me, in this current Nigeria, or let me say in this current Africa that we are in, majority of the courses that are being taught in our institutions, they are courses of the past. They are not of the future. If you understand what I'm saying. Majority of the people that are making it big now, everything that you are studying for the next 4 years is really not what they are using. And you know, it is the smartest and wisest decision for you as a student not to limit yourself. Even though you are in that place, you cannot waste your parents' money. But the smartest thing is to be preparing for a future that you will benefit from. I personally would not like any of you to graduate and enter into the job market and start looking for somebody to give you a job. Because essentially, it will not worth the 4 years that you've lived your life on campus. If you ask majority of people that probably they are doing well these days, majority of them cannot even remember what they studied while probably when they were on campus or something like that. Because after coming outside of school, they have to now change their direction to what is really making money. So look at the current cost that you are. I'm not saying that you drop out. Obviously, I did not, and I graduated well. But I'm just saying that it is the smartest thing to be preparing for the future that you are looking ahead. Because whether you're 100 level, and 200 level, and 300 level, you are approaching the real world. And the real world is calling you, even though most of the courses that you are doing, probably some of them are expired already. They don't have real application in the real world, right? I can't start mentioning some courses that you know that they are obsolete already. With the rise of technology, the rise of AI, with the way the world is moving, everything that you are doing there will not matter. So what will be the smartest thing? Start doing it alongside what will matter later, so that it will not be that when you get outside and the pressure is choking you, that's when you start saying, okay, what should I do? What should I not do? And all that. And eventually, we want everybody on this call to be an employer of labor. That means that once you're outside of school, you're meant to start employing people. That means that you've done so much for yourself that you yourself can start employing people. And like I said when I started, that if you as an undergraduate can be making a minimum of, let's say, $500, that's close to $1 million. It's not $1 million yet, but that's close to it. $500 in a month, it's enough for you. So imagine if you're making that amount in a month on any type of profitable business or marketable business that you are in, because it's not all businesses that are marketable. I'll still go into that. Some of you are in some businesses that the reason why you're not making money is either because you are selling the wrong product or you are selling the right product to the wrong set of people. So it's a big problem. So no matter how much you sell it, they are not going to buy it. Either it is the wrong thing you are selling in the right place, or you are selling the right thing to the wrong set of people. We are still going to that. But I'm saying that if you, as a student, can sell and make about that amount of money on campus, I would not believe that you will finish on campus and you will go outside there and you start looking for somebody to give you a job. It's not possible. And I can tell you, I have a lot of examples. Not people that came from a very rich background, people that just applied themselves on campus, including me, applied themselves very early on campus, started doing something that when they left, it's not even in their consciousness that who is going to give me a job. Is that how can I, this thing that I'm doing that is doing well, how can I take it to the next level? So it's very important. So like I said, when I started that, I have done it. And that is why I want to share with you that there are several secrets that I know that you as a business owner or as somebody that want to start business, you can use to scale to the next level. So let me pick one person as a case study. Here, I'm trying to look at one person here. Okay, Grace Atman. Are you saying something? Yeah, Grace. Grace, did you say anything? You are raising up your hand. Is he onto something? Okay, all right. Let me ignore that. So I said I'm going to take one person as a case study. I'm looking for who I can take. Okay, I have Moyin Lolua here, or Moyin Olua. Can you say something? Are you there? Is Moyin Olua there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Are you with us, like on this call? Are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, all right, yeah. So let's have an interaction. So if you meet a random lecturer on campus, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, all right. So if you meet a random lecturer on campus and that person asks you that who are you? What would you tell the person? What's the first thing that will come to your mind to tell that person? Let's say you are just
Sorry,
working.
please, sir. Can you come?
You're a student,
Like,
right? You're a student.
okay,
No, I'm just
okay,
asking. Like it's a question. Like I'm asking.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So you go to school every day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if somebody, let's say, you just meet a random lecturer on campus, and he asks that, "Who are
Okay,
you?" What would you tell the person?
okay. I would tell him that I am Oyebola Muyuluwadora, a
Okay.
400 level student of the Department of Consumer and Home Economic Science.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would tell him.
That's all. So if anybody just meets
Yeah,
you randomly on campus, that's what you tell them. I'm just asking.
like a lecturer. What most of them want to know is your department and your name. That's all.
Okay. Your lecturer or just a lecturer?
Just a random lecturer.
Okay. What they want to know. How do you know that's what they want to know? I'm just asking.
Because some of them, if you just tell them your name, they'll be like, "Do I know you?" So the thing they want to know is, okay, you're in what department
Okay.
and your level. That's all.
Okay. So in a normal school environment, if somebody asks, let's say if a lecturer asks you, what do you do? What do you tell them?
I tell them that I'm a catering chef.
Okay. But if they ask you who you are, you just tell them that you are a 400 level undergraduate.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm coming to that place, but I want to, sorry, please 1 second. Okay, yeah. So I'm back. I think it's not even I think. I will pick from where you talked to, or I don't know because I've not gone to every school, but I know my own school. One thing that I know for undergraduate is that there is always something called identity crisis. I'm coming on. I will explain all these things one by one. Majority of us undergraduate, we tend to build more emphasis on our studentship more than what we do as business owners. So it means that me being, let's say, 400 level of this department, that's what I see myself as at the moment. So I will always think about it that, let's say, this particular thing you are studying, let's just imagine that it's an online course. You don't have to go to a school. You don't have to, because, for example, I'm doing some online courses at the moment, right? You don't have to go to a school. You don't have to, what's the word? You don't have to like interact with anybody physically, right? You know that essentially you will never call that your identity because it's not even part of who you are. And I'm telling you the fact, it is not part of anything about you. It's just a portion of something you are doing to be able to become somebody that you are meant to become. And I believe that most people, I don't know about you, but I can tell you that most people really, what they are studying they really don't have passion for it to even be able to call themselves it. I studied agriculture, and I've never, ever referred myself as an agriculturist because I don't even have any plan to use the agriculture in any field because, like they will say, they give it to me and I had to do it, right? But one thing that I realized that I made, I'm already going into what I'm teaching tonight. One thing that I realized that I made as a problem or that I made as a mistake while in school as an undergraduate is that every single time that I introduce myself, my studentship is always going forward. And it was the first ever mistake that I made. Coming back or going outside the world and seeing how people relate with people, I realized that there is a devaluation that people put to anybody that elevates their studentship. I'll give you a personal experience that I got when I went to a particular place. Every single time that I mention that I am a student, it more like reduce the weight or it reduces the value that I bring to the table. Regardless of my expertise or whatever I do, anywhere you hear that somebody first is a student and it means a big deal to them, it has reduced your value. Your studentship should be, should I call it, the least of anything that should be your identity. You can go and try to write it down and try it. Every single time you introduce yourself based on the value you bring to the table, not your status at the moment. Imagine somebody asking you, who are you? I'd be like, I'm single. What about you? It's just a status, right? It's not who I am. The word connects to value. Always think about that. If it is only on professional platforms, only when you think you've seen people that need your service, that is only the place you relate with them based on your service. You're already reducing how much you can get. In fact, people don't know you. Because on campus, everybody just know, oh, she's in 400 level. Or this person. Especially if it is the kind of school that I went to. Everybody is on tag. Once you see this green tag, this guy is in a Greek. Once you see this, is Unilearning, that's the way they do it. Once you see this person is in environmental sciences and this one and that one. So number one, it reduces how much I could relate with a lot of people. Because I saw myself first as a student. And trust me, that thing is a mindset first. I was asking somebody recently that, do you know that the person selling, let's say, doing photocopy on campus, let's say just one random person that does photocopy for you on campus, and you, that you're a student, you see that there is nothing actually different from the two of you. It's just that one saw themselves as a photocopy person. They might probably be a postgraduate student, but I'm telling you, you might be with that person, or you might be patronizing that person for the next 2 months, and you will not know that this person is a postgraduate student. Because from the lens of being a postgraduate student, it literally just reduces that, oh, so this person is a student. But first of all, you want to relate to the value that they bring to the table. And like I said, it helps anyone. So is anybody, please kindly mute your mic. Anyone that increases their studentship, it reduces the value they bring to the table, especially everybody knowing that your studentship is bastardized. That's why you see that a lot of people, I check a lot of statuses, and I'm telling you, I'm scared to give some people a job. Because first of all, I know you're a student. You see that knowledge of being a student, it affects a lot of things. On your status, the first set of things you post in the morning is probably you are going to lectures. The second thing, you are in your class, you are writing, they are screaming in the class and all that. Those are the things that are probably filled up on your status. And maybe just a sprinkle of what you do in business is just there. Imagine somebody that brings, let me give you an example. There is somebody that is in our school. I'm just telling you all these things when I left, and these are the mistakes that I saw. I realized that there is a particular set of people that were in our school. Literally, it was when I left school that I realized that these guys are actually studying too. I mean, these guys had shops on campus. They were selling a lot of things. They were doing business on campus. They were making all the money, but these guys were students. But we gave them a different respect because we thought they were not students, because it is their business that was the first thing that they brought to the table, and it helped them. I went to a particular event while I was a student. I have said this story multiple times because it's one of the stories that I can highlight and really has changed my life. Right? I went to a particular event And I was a student. I saw that event that it is for business owners. So the first question I asked myself is that, am I a student business owner or I am a student owner? Or I'm a business owner. Then it dawned on me that imagine somebody that could not read and write at my age and went to learn mechanic. Just imagine. Some of us, you feel like, oh, somebody, he does not know how to read. Just go and learn a skill. If that person learned that skill and learned it for 2-3 years, immediately that person leave or takes, what's it called? I don't know what they call it. Maybe after the apprenticeship and all that. That person has already become, he won't call himself student mechanic. He's a mechanic. When the yoga is not is not in the shop, he can do the exact same thing that the yoga can do. So why am I calling myself not by the value I bring to the table, but by a status that really is not bringing anything to me? Because on the table where they share value, it won't matter who I am, whether I'm still studying somewhere or I'm doing anything. It won't matter. It will matter the kind of value that I put. So I put value first every single time. Your studentship has never brought you an advantage in terms of your business. If it does not connect to your business, I don't know how geography connects to catering. If it's not bringing anything, you don't have any business merging it together. Don't put that in people's face. It's going to reduce how much they trust you and they can give you things, because I can imagine how a student is. I can imagine how your complaint can be. I can imagine if a student handles a job. I can imagine a lot of complaints that can come to it. Every of these brands that I told you I've worked with, not a single period did I mention that I was a student to them. The first day I mentioned to one, they dropped me. They dropped me. In fact, how did I mention it? Okay. So I raised, I'm coming back to that, my former story. You understand what I'm saying now. So what did I do? So while on campus, you know how campus can be. And we're sleeping one night. And before I know what was happening overnight, they came to our hostel, robbers, they came to rob my laptop. So I was working with the basketball company in the US remotely, anyways, as a designer. So I was earning in dollars as at that time. And what happened? So they stole my laptop. I was able to get a laptop to work with and all that. Then I mentioned to the CEO that, sorry, I'm a student at University of Ilorin, and that is why they stole this. And I've seen a lot of people actually got dropped because they say, oh, sorry, I'm writing an exam this time. Sorry, I'm something that. Nobody really wants to deal with all those wahala of students. So they've seen a lot of issues like that. Hey, my lecturer just mistakenly called me or something. And in the world of business, nobody really cares about any of those excuses. They rather drop you and go for somebody that has stability. Because like I said, student life always comes with a lot of instability, a lot of inefficiencies, a lot of inaccuracies. They just feel like you're not competent enough. And it's not their fault. It's because of how it has been projected and a lot of students. And because also you have a primary assignment. I'm telling you the reason why you will not make so much sales if you continue yourself like that. Everything about you is student, where even your DP is already, you cannot go and take a good shot to look like a professional that you are. That nobody will ever think that you were studying on campus, right? And like I said, it could be that you are even taking an online course, but it will not reflect your identity. It will reflect your identity as a proper business owner that you are. Coming back to what I'm saying, immediately they heard that, so you're a student. I'm telling you, I stopped hearing from them again. They dropped me from the contract, and it literally messed up the entire thing. I have a lot of testimonials from that particular thing. It dropped the entire deal from me because they knew, oh, why would they have dropped it and all that? You understand what I just said? There's a lot of things that comes around being a student that a lot of people don't want to deal with, especially if you're trying to sell to the outside world. Your identity first is based on the value you bring to the table. Don't ever forget that. In fact, it will even, like I said, position you to start taking advantages on campus. I always tell people that your institution gives you a market advantage, nothing else. If you see somebody going to a school, the only advantage that you have at that time, beyond what you are going through a process. So it's not something that you should brag about. Oh, you are learning this. You are learning it to a result. So it's not the process that really matter. Whatever you become after that process. So if I already know that this thing that I'm studying, I'm not going to do agriculture, then what's the point of allowing that agriculture of 4 years to delay me from what I'm meant to do? So that I'm doing it should be a passive thing. Am I saying that you should not pass? No. I graduated very well, right? I'm not saying that you should not do well in your academics. Never. You must do well in that academy. But I'm saying that in terms of the perception of people, it should not be that the only value they can accrue to you is that you're a student. It is one of the worst things that can happen to you. Because at the end of the day you come out of that school, you brought that studentship, whatever you collect as a certificate, if you're not going to use it, if you're not going to go into chemical engineering, if you're not going to go this one, if you already have a business that you're doing, you now have to start from scratch, something you should have been building your identity on. That people should just know that you translated yourself from this to this. A perfect example, I came into University of Ilorin, almost exactly the same time that Item 7. For those of us that know, Item 7 is a very popular brand in Ilorin that has spread across Ibadan and Co. I came to University of Ilorin around that period when it was starting. In fact, I have a particular close friend, a friend of mine that is a business owner. She does shoes. So she does shoes. Yes, she makes shoes. She said this guy lives in their house. And what this guy does is that you will not know that he's a student. He cooks in the morning, he packages and takes it to school. So he used to cook rice and moi moi as at that time. For those of us that know Item 7, it's a very popular brand around the north, around Ilorin. I think he has about 15 branches in Ilorin or thereabout. I really cannot count. As at the last time that I know, he has about 15 branches. The last time that I left Ilorin, that was 2022. And so coming back to what I'm saying, he's a student. He was a student, but he was running a business. As at that time, he was cooking rice. He said she was detailing our experience that the food was wasting because a lot of people are not buying it and all that. But he kept to it. He was selling and all that. Then he opened a small shop in Ilorin at that time. Then from that small shop, he started having massive buildings in Ilorin. And I'm telling you, literally, it was after it started like blowing up that we started hearing the story that this guy was a student of this particular department. He could not graduate at some point. He spilled over at some point and all that. But it was after the business already, like he immediately graduated, he just expanded the business. I'm telling you, he started it while on campus. He grew it while on campus and he built it up to something that has become an household name. I was in Ibadan recently. When I traveled in last month, I still saw that what's it called? A store is always jam-packed. Like, I mean, the queue is always there. Even in Lagos, the queue is always there. That tells you that he has a lot to do with value. And if you focus on value as a student, it changes everything about you. I was asking somebody recently that, have you ever thought of having banners across school? He was like, no. I said, do they pay to have banners in your campus, like to print banner in your campus? He said, I don't know. Then found out, said they don't pay, that you could just literally have banner. While I was a student, I printed banners in school. Not banner of politics, though, banner of my business on campus as a graphic designer. When convocation is coming, my banners are always around school, and I make a lot of money from doing daughters for people that are doing convocation. You don't necessarily need to know that I'm a student. While I'm going to lecture, I'm seeing my banners around. They will call me, it's still me that will pick the call, even in class. And I'll still be able to deliver their daughters. I connected to printers in Ilorin, and I was taking just once I design it, I send it to the printer, they print it. People that are already maybe finished their, like Nigerians who call it, they've finished giving birth to their children and all that, send my designs to them, they print it, even though I had issues with a lot of printer, print it, and they would deliver it directly to people. I mean, people outside of Ilorin, I was working with them. So I was asking, do you think that you have to pay to have banners around school? Even if you have to pay, can't you ask for the fee to pay for this thing? It's because you don't see yourself as a business owner. So you don't take steps as a business owner. You take steps as a student. So this thing is only a side hustle. So how do you intend to make $1 million from something that should be an advantage? Because like I said, once you leave campus, it's not an advantage again. There's nothing I want to do to go and sit down at University of Ilorin like this and start selling to them. I already lost that audience. So whether it's a 30,000 set of people, I already lost them because there is no legal ground for me to go into the school. I will have to pay extra because there is nothing that makes me a University of Ilorin student at the moment. But while I was still there, I could do that and I was scale free because I'm a student of the school, right? I could partner with events. And like I said, I saw myself first as a business. I bring value to the table, not just, see, agriculture is a secondary thing. Yeah, this is what I am meant to do. And if I'm making money with this, I cannot leave this campus. And at the end of the day, I'll start looking forward to get me something to do. So it matters. That's what I'm talking about. Making sure that your value is very solid. So coming back to the story that I'm okay, yes, I was telling the person that you need to go and make inquiry about that thing. Oh, you do this particular service. Why don't you have? In fact, it does not cost so much. You see, when people want to do political ambitions, once they lift the ban like that, I don't know how they do it in other schools, but once they lift the ban, everybody wants to print their banners on campus. They want to split it in people's faces and all that. And it literally costs maybe a little. You do data every day, right? So if you see that business that this is the value that I bring to people, then I need to see myself first as a business owner and I need to market it aggressively. I have access to this school. Nobody can see my banner and come out. Let's say even if they tear it, you put it back again, right? We're still going into all this week. You put it back again. I can tell you there's a particular student that I know during my time. Like I always say, you literally would not know that these guys are students. I mean, what he did is that, you know, this A4 paper, he printed on it because it's very cheap at that time. I think 10 naira or something like that. 10 naira. So they print on it, black and white. So we would do about maybe 100 pieces of it. So laundry for as low as this amount. Print on it, get his guys on campus. Overnight, they will spread it across campus, everywhere. So you start seeing people, oh, you just see somebody randomly going to, what's it called, to a lecture. They snap that. It's just it's not something you cannot read. So that person, design can never be the problem. It's not that I'm still looking for a graphic designer. It's just white paper. Laundry, so laundry service for as low as this amount. You just print it, 100 pieces, get a glue, splat it around you. Except that your school has probably there's an issue around maybe putting things around and all that. But there is, at least if there is 1 or 2 banners in your school, they will their business on the main, what's it called, notice board of the school. I mean the ones that that connect to, I don't know what they call it in your school. There's the Senate building and all that. But in my own school, it was allowed. Students do it very well. And these guys literally make a lot of money. I've seen students that they have shops because they made inquiry. And how did they make that? Because they saw themselves beyond just, I am not just a consumer here. Just when I come to school, this person is selling, this person has this one and all that. And everybody is just making money off me. And my studentship is this particular place is an advantage to me. Why am I not making that same money? Why am I seeing myself just as an ordinary student? Let me give us another example. While I was on campus in my fellowship, one of the things that we did is that we usually go for evangelism for anyone that wants to start coming to campus. Like, we call it Catch Them Young as at that time. So Catch Them Young, when people come for their post-UTME, we try to reach out to them to join our campus and all that. There was something I did. And we needed money because my own brain, it thinks in line with entrepreneurship. We needed money as at that time to transport a lot of people to school. At the same time, we needed to do the Catch Them Young that we talked about. Then I came to school the first day. I saw that people that came from all the way, number one, most of them, they didn't find the place to print their, to photocopy their, Jambites just coming into school. Hey, I want to photocopy, I want to do this. So all of them need to photocopy. About 10,000 people do post-UTME every day for the next 7 days in that school. All of them, most of them are hungry. They will take a grow, they will take this one and that one. So they are going to eat. That's number one need, right? I don't know, even if you have 50 people that sell snacks, people always go to the less queue place. So even if you set up, once they see that this 949 is filled up, they want to go to this one at least for speed. Number two, a lot of people brought wrong documents. A lot of people brought a lot of wrong documents that they don't have where to, what's it called? So they needed somebody to help them quickly reprint and all that. So they needed people. That's number two need. Number three, most of them brought a lot of loads that they need to go into the exam for the CBT. They need where to drop it to keep it safe. So I looked at these three value chain. Where can we fit in without spending any money? One, we have to spend money to buy a printer or a photocopier to be able to start, photocopying for people. You need to get a space to do all those ones. We don't have that money. We are even trying to get money. Secondly, if you start frying akara or frying whatever, well, we don't know. It's just the odds are very low. The one we can do is to help people collect their bag. So I had to split the team into two. First, there's a chunk of people that goes to just reach out to people, and they will put about 2 or 3 people. I think it's about 3. So we set up a table where people that are allowed to set table and all that. We set up a table, we gave it a name, we printed it. I'm telling you what I did. We printed an A4 paper and we glue it to the front. Since we are going to be here doing reach out to people from morning to the time they finish, what's it called? I'm telling you, I can't remember the amount we made from that particular thing, collecting people's bag. I mean, you're going inside, at least somebody beside me is already collecting maybe 1,000 naira or something like that. These guys are even willing to pay more. And from that place, we generated a lot of money, and we did it for the next 5 days. So they were doing what they need to do. We were doing what we need to do. As students, it will not matter, because at the end of the day, once they come back, in fact, I was giving them, like, we don't even need to print. We just write a tag, 29. You just take it. Once you get to the CBT and okay, it's just the tag for my bag, and they'll allow you to take it in. And once you're coming back, you already know that you're going to this particular place with 29. Your phones, your bag, your laptop, and everything is secured. And you say, will everybody come? These guys are coming from a very, very far distance, and they won't allow you to take your bag inside to go and do CBT. So imagine if we could get about 100 people per day, and we're charging, let's say 500 or even 200 from them, and we do it for the next 4 days. So you know how much we made, and you know that we could eat, transport ourselves, bring ourselves and all that on campus. I'm just telling you that a lot of ideas roll around, that if you first of all don't shrink yourself to that identity that I'm just a student, you are not just a student. You see opportunities as a business owner, right? And it helps you to be able to make the maximum use of it. Studentship is a status. It is not your identity. It's just a status. Don't let it limit you. It is just a status. If that is all I can say tonight, I think you'll be able to understand it. But I'll just go into the other things. Then I left a story that I wanted to say about me getting into an event. So I saw that event is about 10,000 naira. I needed to travel from Lagos, from Ilorin to Lagos, to that event. I've said that story multiple times, to go to that event. And a lot of us, I also branch here. Some of us, because you see yourself first as a student, you don't take opportunities as a business owner. And it's something I had to break out that. This is a stereotype. I don't know what they call it. This is a stereotype. Yeah, let me call it that. This is more like I boxed myself with everything that I'm seeing around me. Oh, is it just that we wake up, we go to class, we do lectures, we finish we write the exam, and we leave? Is that how we're going to continue to be running this cycle? It cannot be. People are outside making waves. People are outside doing well. So why will I sit down on the window and waiting that, okay, one day I will join you people? What do you mean by that? One day you will join who? It's not possible. Because you can actually start it now. Now, as a student. So that was what I did. I started looking for events outside campus. Because first, I did not see myself as a student. I am a designer, and I can bring value. So I was entering into places that you see real estate developers, moguls that are doing great in, in business. When I get there, I am not a student. I am also a business owner. I own a graphic design agency. That was what I was telling them. Even though it's a solopreneurship, it is a one-man thing. So I was going to events, seeing people that are doing well, because I've started writing my story. It won't matter whatever I'm studying, it will not matter. It will matter how I was able to position myself in that place. I mean, literally, event outside school where you will never see my mates because they are students. I am not a student. It's just a status. I am a business owner. I do business. And I know I can make connections from these places. Some of you, the only events you go to is the only event that is tagged student, where people that you are trying to meet are not people that will do anything, because these are just a bunch of people that were trying to survive together. Why not go into the midst of people that can pay you, people that have the money, people that are doing well? And trust me, they may think that they are underpaying you, but it's a lot to you. Because if somebody, this one, that one, this one is giving you 50,000, is giving you 20, so it's giving you 30, 40, 50. Till you transition from the phase of studentship, I mean, till now, some people don't even know that while they were working with me, even till now that they are working with me, I've done undergraduate, I've finished, I've done masters, I've finished. They don't know anything about my studentship because it's none of their business. We transact on value. We don't transact on status. So you don't even need to know whether I'm married or I'm single. It's none of your business. We transact on value, not on status. That's not where we transact, because that's where you start thinking, you start becoming a bit emotional. Okay, should I work with him? In fact, you can undervalue me, undervalue what I can perform. Meanwhile, I will convince you that I will perform better, but trust me, how much do you know that I can do better? So I was saying that a lot of events that are outside of my zone, I was always there. I am always there. So this event was in Lagos. I saw that it's a gathering of business owners. Oh, they wrote a lot of business. What was it called? I had to go to Google to go and check the meaning of those places, of those things, but I was there. It was meant to be a 2 days event. I went there. And during that time, we had a breakout session during the event. Everything they were saying, they were talking to big people, right? They were talking to people that are doing business. I was just there, nodding my head. We had a breakout session where they had to split us into about groups. I cannot forget that experience in my life. They split us into about groups. I have about 7 people in my group. I'm telling you, literally, I have somebody that has been practicing law for the last 7 years. Somebody is in finance industry for the last maybe 5 years. Another person is a real estate developer. I mean, people that have done, they are calling figures that I've never heard, but I did not shake. Even though it's not my head, I was shaking. You know, somebody will just say, this is the particular million. There is nothing that I've done. But I had to feel among at that time, because I'm here. I'm not a student, right? So we were given a task. Just let me show you how that particular value connects to what I'm saying. We're given a task at that time. And what was the task? The task was that we are meant to, so it's a business meeting, right? So they will split you. It's still one of the things that we'll do when we come to your school. So what they do is that they'll separate groups into several places, and they'll tell them that you group, imagine that Dangote is in trouble. That's how they said. So you imagine that Dangote is in trouble, is in the debt of 50 billion, and then you're meant to give him strategy to sell. So he only sells cement. This is what you're meant to do. Give him strategy to be able to bounce back. That's what they gave our group. They give another group, MTN. They give another group. They just split those big brands to us. So when they now gave me, I was just quiet where they are. So a lot of people were just saying, oh, so this is what we do. In fact, now, from the standpoint, perspective, always remember, the perspective of everybody will be that we are all business owners here. So the moment you're able to spew that, I'm still a 200 level somewhere, it reduces who they see you as. Because number one, they will say, this person has not even gone to NYSC yet. Is the one sitting here. Well, even what you will say, it will not carry weight. I am telling you, this is psychology. It will not carry weight. So I had to sit down there. We're listening. I mean, literally happened in Lagos. We're listening to them. And they were talking. And it got to my turn. What would I say? I said I can design. That all these things that we are, even though I was not really sure of anything, but I was really lowering a bit. I will make sure that everything everybody said, I'm able to find a way, being smart, find a way to put it together. But eventually, when they now started splitting it, one person will write the script. This person will, definitely if you are in a conversation of people that are talking value, you will find something to contribute. At least if somebody says that, what if Dangote stop producing this particular cement and increases this particular cement to the mass market and all that, and you feel like, what's mass market? Okay, for a lot of people, I feel like, I think that one is also good. Oh, you think it's good, blah, 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 and all that. But eventually, we arrive at a point. Now they're like, okay, we'll do this slide. I said I can do this slide. because I run a graphic design studio. A studio I used to call it graphic design class, something like that. And you start seeing that. Okay, you run, and I'm telling you on that seat, I brought out my laptop. It was one of the biggest thing that happened to me at that event. On that seat, I brought out my laptop and I started designing because that's what I know how to do. I mean, I was designing and I was like, okay, I went online, Google, downloaded Dangote Cement, blah, blah, I put it in my Photoshop and I started doing it. And I'm like, okay, this is how the slide will be. So picture from Photoshop, then I put it into Canva. Then Canva were trying to do the slide. They were super happy that you, this guy, you are good. I mean, literally, because I can't present at that time. It was a law person because she always talks. If I mention her name, you know she's a very big person online and all. So it was a law person that presented. They were like, our designs were, even though we did not come first, anyways, I won't lie. But our designs were fantastic. And it looked like we put a lot of effort into. So that was my own input. Our design is fantastic. And from that point, every single person that met me, oh, this is Akin, the designer. Oh, really? I have a finance. I'm like, I can do design. Oh, really? You talk so intelligently, and I love your design. They are spot on. Something like that. I mean, I bagged a number of people that I started working with. I mean, literally, I am not telling you there is a particular person that I started working from that event. I've made close to 2 million naira from that person. I did not steal it though. Value. To date, the person neither knew whether I was a student, where I'm coming from. Who are you? Ayobami. I stayed in Ilorin. So please, 1 second. So, Ayobami. So who are you? Ayobami, I stayed in Ilorin. You definitely will not want to pro for that. What do you do in Ilorin? I'm a graphic designer. So I do designs. And definitely, you cannot tell me that I don't do it because I've been able to prove you wrong, that I do it or prove you right. I mean, literally, in fact, it got to a point I was sharing with somebody that literally this person will be on call with me. We'll be talking about business and it'll be like, I'll just find a student. I really don't trust all those students. In fact, even those copper, I've taken a few of them. They are so unserious. They don't understand how life works. And I'm like, even me that you are talking to, I'm not even a copper yet, though. I am still a student. But you will never know. It's not your business to know. Because I know immediately, imagine I say, you that you are trying to bash students and all these students, I've taken a few of them, they're very unserious. How will I prove to you that I'm different? Imagine from that point and I open my teeth, I'm like, I'm in 300 level. Agriculture. You first look at me, you might not feel a bit, but even when I start charging, be like, what do you want to use money to use? Are you not just a student? It start affecting what I will charge. Because from there, you'll be like, you this undergraduate. Okay, probably you should go to your class and all that. But it will reduce your honor in terms of how you relate to me. It will reduce what you take me as. It will reduce my, please, 1 second. Just give me 1 second. It will reduce how you interact with me. It will even reduce the value. I mean, the value I bring to the table. It will reduce it. Because from that point, you don't see me as a valuable person. You first of all see me as somebody that is a student. And it starts affecting things. Please, 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, can we still hear me? Okay, amazing. So I'm trying to wrap up already. So I'm just trying to tell you that let that your approach, let it change now. That is the basis of where you need to go. I'll still give us time to ask questions. That's the basis of what you need to do. So from that event, what do you think it will happen? My confidence got boosted up. And I'm telling you, you don't even know right now whether I'm currently enrolled in an undergraduate course. Like I would always say, it's not your business. Your business is to know the value I bring to the table. If you are sure about my value, right, and I can deliver it, that is where we transact from. We transact from value. And the reason why I'm bringing this up majorly is because we've seen a lot of students that they fall into this particular trap, and you feel like your business is not selling, right? Does your business sell as a business owner, or does it sell as a student that is just trying to do well? So very, very important. And there are 3 frameworks that I just want to share to us while I'm trying to round up and out. If you have questions, just put it together. Of how to sell any business. The 3 framework, just listen to me carefully. Like I said, I've done this over and over again, and it has worked for me. 3 framework. 1, attract. 2, engage. And 3, you convert. I'll break it down. I'm not a fan of a lot of big grammar too. So I like to break things down. First one is attract. If you do business, the first thing that you want to do is not try to convert people. You must try as much as possible to attract people. So first of all, you need to ask, who are the people that want to buy from me? I knew that primarily the amount an undergraduate will pay for a graphic designer is very, very low. They probably don't even need it. So me saying I'm a graphic designer and I'm broke on campus, it matters the people that I think should buy from me. Is it me that I'm still hustling for my daily bread? Is me that you are posting start sharing design every day? I do design. Who are the people seeing it? Is it your family member and your fellow student that want to come and patronize your design of 10K? What does he want to use the design for? You go to where the people are. That's what I'm saying. That's where so there's a way you attract people. First of all, put your value in face of people that need it, not the face of people that will never need it. And as a business owner, there is nothing that concerns you with people admiring you. Oh, you're a good, what's it called? When you start saying that, the only set of comments that come under your post is people who may be liking it and be like, oh, wow, you're entrepreneurial. This is my good daughter, my good son. In fact, people start, what's it called? Taking your value for granted. My son is in the university, he does design, and he will do it for you for free and all that. And eventually you start affecting what you do. So like I said, first of all, there is a way to position yourself that gets the right people's attention. When you position yourself in the place where it does not matter, you start affecting yourself. So first of all, do a profiling. That's what I do. I try to profile the people. So I see a lot of students that even if you post 50 times a day on your WhatsApp story, can they afford this thing? That's the first question you should have. How many people do I have that checks my status can afford this thing? If they gather all of us in agriculture department, can we buy this thing that I'm saying? Do we even need it? If we don't need it, then I need to either change this particular thing to what people need. That's what I mentioned when I started that. Some of us are selling the right thing in the wrong environment, or you are selling the wrong thing in the right environment. So if I ask myself that question, it will help my positioning, or it will help the kind of product. So there's product, there's positioning. So me knowing that my graphic design business, it really cannot thrive in the midst of people that are just trying to get the day by. I need to look for communities to belong to. Because if I belong to designers community, if I belong to communities of people that are in tech, I will get more information of how they get clients. That's number 1. Number 2, I need to belong into communities or people that really will need my business. I used to say that if all you have around you is only designers, as a graphic designer, you are just shortchanging yourself, because it's not meant to be a cult group. You are meant to get customers. So the only set of people that you have are not people that can complement your skills. They are people that can compete with it. So if somebody comes and says that I want to do what's it called? 50 donuts. All your friends that are around you, all of them do donuts. So who will now collect the job? So you don't have somebody else that is only Zobo, this person do. You don't have somebody else that this person is catering. That you guys could complement together. That in terms of, okay, what this person sell, we can be in the same place. Instead of people choosing this person instead of me, they will choose the two of us because we complement. Nobody will eat and not want to drink. So if I do anything heatable, I must try to find a way to partner with somebody that do drinkable. So if you get clients, it could spill over to my side. If I get clients, it could spill over to your side. Because over time, if I am close to you, I will maintain that top of the mind awareness. I mean, over time, if somebody is asking me for what I do, and then I know that my brother or my sister does something in that, something that can complement this thing, I will not hesitate and to call you that. We have a project to run, and we have to do it like this. So it makes sense to position where people are. See, for example, what I said, where I went into, imagine this is the gathering of graphic designers. Probably I wouldn't have come out with that connection that I had. I could take all of them numbers, and eventually the best we could form is that I will get to know information more about their graphic design business. But I do more of events that don't relate with my industry. I go to events of my industry, but events that don't relate to my industry, because I know this is where I can be productive. This is where my solution can be needed. If I'm really a real estate person, you will need me, because you need a lot of creatives to bring out your product out. If I see somebody in finance, you need me. If I see somebody in this, you need me. In fact, I literally used to go to Eventbrite. I'm sharing you a secret now. I'll go to Eventbrite. I'll filter all of the paid events. Just listen to me. Paid event on Eventbrite, I'll filter it away. I will see the free events that are happening around me, and I'll plan to attend them. Because I know in those events, I will meet people. Whether before event starts, in between when they give break, or outside the event, I will meet a lot of people. And like I always say, I might not sell at that day, but over time, when I connect to people, save their number. Oh, what do you do? I do graphic design. I'm a 400 level. It's none of my. You go to an event, you're seeing a very successful fashion designer that has about 4 stores somewhere, and the first thing you want to say, I'm a graphic designer. Be like, oh, wow, you're doing well, my boy. That's the best they can do for you. So you to try to level up so that you can become better in life. I do graphic design. Oh, really? Yeah, that's what I do. And over time, let's say we are able to share contact. In fact, obviously, I won't dress like a student and wear a cross bag to that particular. Today is not for ethics and all those things. I wear a cross bag, it looks like you are hungry to this place. Like you are just a student that is, there is a carriage for all those things. I don't know how much I can share tonight, but I'm just trying to give us those perspectives. So that perspective is everything. The way people see you, it matters. You wear a cross bag, you enter that particular, you see everybody's on suit, even if they borrow it. But they need to perceive themselves properly. So imagine I now get to that place, I'm well dressed, at least on my budget. I don't need to go and borrow. The best of my outfit that I wear to church, even if it's an Ankara, I think let me wear it well polished and go to that event. It's a free event. Everybody is there. I'm able to see it, connect with a few people. I save their number. Automatically, they start seeing my status. What am I posting every day? That I'm going to class. The best they can do is congratulations. Because over time, like I said, I connected with value. You start seeing value around me. It matters. You start seeing value around me. So like I said, attracting, very important. And when I say you should attract, like I said, who are the people you want to see? Who are the people you have access to? I'm trying to round up already. I'm rounding up already. What are the people you are attracting? What are the people that need your service? What are the people, what can they give you? Or who are the people that can buy from you, essentially? What do they have the money? If I charge this particular set of people, will they pay if they see this value? I will always say that everybody above 18 years old already have a customer for almost everything in their life. If I ask you now, who sold, where do you buy something from? You already have somebody. So the only reason why, sorry, please, 1 second. The only reason why you buy from me is probably because you think I'm better. And how will you think I'm better? Is by convincing you. Some of you, you really are loyal to a particular set of people that you don't want to stop buying from them, because there's no point. There's no reason for changing those people and all that. So let me rush now. I said first, very important. Very, very, very important. I believe we can't finish it this night. Probably we'll just have to continue inside the community. So first of all, I believe that you need to attract. So go and check your contact list. Do you have people that can buy from you? Let's say every one of you, the highest offer, the highest value, this night is not where I can, maybe another day or probably in the community, we can start talking about offer. Like, even if it's chin you do. There are some people that the kind of status of life they are in, they cannot buy 15 naira chin or all those 200 naira chin that you're selling. Even if you put it in their face, they're not going to buy it because it's not matching their status. Even though you still sell those things, there should be an offer for some set of people that when you meet them, there is something you put to their table that matches them. I have an example. I have a particular person that I worked on his branding, right? He sells locust beans. I'm telling you, he supplies locust beans to the wife of the governor of the state that he operates in. Locust beans, if you see the branding, I did the branding while I was a student. If you know how many things I did on student, I mean, my branding that I did, they went to China, they produced about 30,000 copies. No, sorry, 3,000 copies of that brand. That branding, you see it across most of the ShopRites in Nigeria. In fact, I came to the UK, I saw that branding somewhere. I mean, a particular pouch that I designed while I was a student. As a student, I designed a pouch that I entered. I mean, it's in about 26 countries of the world now. The branding of that particular locust bean, both red and green. If you go to ShopRite, you see it if they've not bought it. I designed it. I even saw it when I entered the store in Manchester. I wanted to collect it from them. That hope you people know that I did this thing. No matter, I had to pay for it. But what am I saying? I'm saying that there's a way to package it for people like that and all that. Then I said the step one is attract. Step two is that you need to engage. So attraction means that you are trying to get attention of people, and there's a way you retain attention by sharing things around you. Don't only share. Some of it is only buy that you have. There's the way you position yourself as a leader in the kind of industry that you operate in. How do you do that? How do you attract people? You will know that people are always drawn to solution, not to always buy something. I only buy what I know it is going to solve my problem. And I can trust you when you give more information about something, more than you are just vague about it. So if you share me reasons why a design is not working, tell me more about how something should work. Oh, maybe anything. Just share more information about it. It shows me that you are knowledgeable about this thing, and I can trust you. Majority of what you sell is more people entrusting their money into your hand. They must be sure that you're already into this thing, not that you're trying it out. Nobody wants to give somebody money that is trying something out. Imagine you go to an hospital and the doctor that wants to operate you is just saying that I just watched it somewhere. I've not really tried it. When you're not confident about the information you're putting out, it shows that you're not it. And from there, second one is engage. I won't be able to go too much into that. I hope we'll be able to do that much more. Second one is engaging people. I don't want to waste too much of our time. And the third one, sorry, please 1 second. And the third one is converting. But I will not go into that. Like I said, what's it called? I can definitely, we don't have time. And I will just, maybe when we have another time, or probably for those of us that have gotten the course, you could see it inside. It is well detailed in it. And I believe Samson will come and talk about it later. But like I said, the first one is, can I mention attracting people. Second one is engaging people. And third one is converting people. And lastly, I just want to share this before I go. Some of us, one of our questions will be that you operate in a saturated market. Oh, there's a lot of people doing this thing in my market. There's a lot of people already baking. There's a lot of people, what's it called? Already doing this thing. One thing that I learned, like I said, I can't do so much tonight because of time. One thing that I also learned on campus is that you need to understand value chain. Okay, I didn't even mention about volunteering. Maybe another time we can do that. But there's something you need to understand about value chain. For those of you that do especially either sales or either service or goods business, there is value chain. When I started graphic design, I did not have a lot of clients. Then I started looking at what are the value chains that I can explore inside this particular business. What do I mean by value chain? Look at the entire value. see the chains that deliver that value inside it. Sorry, please, 1 second. That deliver that value. One of them is that I realized that even as a graphic designer, I was not so experienced so much like that. And I did a graphic design training. I made about, I think, more than 200,000 naira. Oh, you got the course already? Amazing. Don't worry, we'll see inside the course. I will, if I have time, I will be able to explain the course fully when I finish this one. So I'm talking about how to stand out in a saturated market. So I mentioned that I did a graphic design training in Ilorin. I was so shaky, but I realized that beyond just getting clients, there is a value chain in this thing. Means that teaching others how to do it. I called for a graphic design training. I had a friend. I didn't have money so much. I had a friend that I connected with through volunteering. Let me show you how I connected. They called for volunteers as at that time. They run a sickle cell advocacy program. Just see how the value chain is moving. They run a sickle cell advocacy program. I started designing for them because I wanted to sharpen my graphic design skill. So I started doing it for them for free. So it got to a point that I was so close to them that the founder became my friend. So as at that time, they wanted to open their new office. Literally, it was that time that I got the inspiration to hold the graphic design training. I was the first person that did an event in that place. A particular, like, is a story building that was meant, it's still on my Instagram. I could share it to the community tonight. A design training, or let me say a hub that they just painted. They just acquired the place. They got a grant, acquired the place. I even did design and all that. Painted the place. And I shared to her that I wanted to do design. She said, this same place, before we move in, do your training. And my training is in a week. I've not gotten a location. I just put the location there. I mean, literally, I started marketing a lot. Even the founder did a video for me. I was the first person that used that place. As a student, none of those banners carried that I was an undergraduate. It's none of anybody's business. Always remember, I did a training, not inside the school, outside the school. I got a lot of people. People moved from every part of Ilorin to come and learn graphic design from me. From me. I did the training before, before COVID. I did that graphic design training. It was a 3 days design training, I think. Was it 3 days? Yes, it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I did the training in Ilorin. There are some of the
which side in Ilorin?
Sorry?
I said, which side in Ilorin?
That was University of Ilorin. Are you from Ilorin?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. That was University of Ilorin. If you know of Ilorin, there is T&K. The adjacent of that T&K is around that Tanke junction. Adjacent
is
of that
Okiodo or Tanke?
You will have gone. Yes, it's in Tanke. You will have gone far from Okiodo down to that T&K around Tanke junction. There's an adjacent building. It's a high-rise building like this around that T&K. That was the first place my graphic design training.
Okay.
I was able to get a lot of people to show up.
Okay. Sorry for cutting you down, sir.
No, it's fine. I know you wanted to probably get the place. That was the first place. And trust me, I made a lot of money that I could have made from design from that place. It's a chain, it's a value. But imagine
So what advice can you give us how to learn that? Maybe anything, maybe YouTube or something like that, sir. I don't know.
I'm coming. I'm still getting there.
Okay,
so,
sir.
Okay. From there, everything that I did there, once we're done, I gave all of them certificates. The next year, I did another one again, right? But it was online because COVID happened at that time. So it was online that I did that training. And you know the funniest thing, same value chain, collected money from them, did training for them, packaged it into a course, and I started selling the course again. And from there, I've sold maybe multiple courses of design. I still have design. I don't know, because I don't do graphic design again. I don't know where those courses are at the moment. Probably I can find them. But I started doing graphic design, training from campus, even as an undergraduate. So there are a lot of change. Some of you, you cook. you could literally start training people to come and do exactly the same thing that you're doing. You could do a recipe book. I know a friend of mine that does business. I advised her, we put a recipe book together, more like a timetable, because in the UK, a lot of people don't really know, they don't really have time to cook and all that. She sold about 100 copies of that book for £5 each. That's about £500. That's like £1,000,000. Not cooking, not teaching people how to cook, but putting recipe together for people that want to cook in their house, but they don't know what to cook. You know, it's a problem. It's a chain. It's not everybody that will reach out for you to come and cook for them or for you to bring food. There are some people that they just want you to create a recipe for them, they will come and cook it themselves and they will pay you for it. Some of you, if there's a lot of bakers around you, you just need to start selling flour and start selling to them at cheaper. Probably some of them, they buy it at a very high price. You can now do the work of going very deep into the market and getting those things to come and sell it to them. It's a chain. And you can really leverage on that particular thing to, build solid business from there. I think I want to stop here. This is already 8:30. But one thing I want to tell every one of us is that if you are very serious about doing business, I personally, I can help you make £1 million every month. It's one of my own should I say life goal at the moment. One thing that a lot of people have told me is that it's not attractive to support students because they are not serious. But I've always imagined that I was a student and I was serious. If I had never passed through that situation before, I can tell you that it is not possible. But I've personally mentored people that have done 1 million in transaction. It's not a problem. You just need to know it, how to do it. I mean, some of you, I could literally change the business you're doing and tell you this is the type of business that you should be doing. Somebody entered into a particular business, jewelry business. Okay, why not pivot this thing into real estate? We are making about 60,000 in jewelry business. Try to start doing importation. You don't need any money. Just start telling people. Start entering some circle of some people, getting them to do pre-order. He did about 1.4 million, I think about 2 months ago, from the pre-order. And you know what kind of money is that as a student? It's not that deep. It's just something that you can do. Like I said, you see the first issue that I brought up is just that one issue. Is that's the same issue. I have a friend of mine that has done about, some of us, we know him. He's very popular on Instagram. He does real estate. I could remember when we were still on campus. This guy, myself and him, we went for a program. We were in the booth because the vehicle could not take us out. We were in the booth together. We sat in the booth because the guest minister was in the car and there was no vehicle coming out of school. It was around 12 a.m. This guy is doing billions in real estate today. He started as an undergraduate. Undergraduate. So there are pathways to it. It's just that a lot of people don't see it. We are just focused on a lot of other things that is affecting our identity, affecting the value we bring to the table, and it's giving us issue in how much we can deliver. And like I said, it's something that I can help you to do. And one way that I personally can help you is when you join. So there's one particular course that we're currently doing. I believe that it has been shared on the community. I was the one that did that particular course. It's the student entrepreneur course. Because I understand that a lot of you people need a lot of things to be able to stand out in studentship and to see that you are more than a student and you can do better as a business owner. So the student entrepreneur course is available. I did the training. It's like an 8-module course. I recorded it last year. And there's a reason why we delayed it. So it's not that we wanted to try to do a lot of things, try to put people together. So you can really see that in fact, I can take you for the next 3 hours. It's not a problem to me. I am passionate about everybody here. I want you to do well. And I already have people in the group that I'm following up, daily, making sure that, okay, the next 30 days, I actually want to stay with you for the next, I don't stay in Nigeria at the moment, but I want to stay with you for the next 30 days to see how we can move, whatever you do, whether you don't even have a business, how I can help you to be able to change you from where you are. If you follow me A to Z, you will get it. So before I can commit myself to you, I want you to be able to take that foundational course. I think it's about maybe 10,000 naira, right? I could give you 20% discount for you to go and buy it 8,000. So imagine even all of you buy it on this particular call. It still does not mean anything in terms of money. We just need you to commit to it so that you can get in. We have about 400 plus of people on that place. See how many people join. It just shows how many people are serious and are ready to change their life. So if you are willing to join in, it's something that I want to support you on. And I promise you, personally, you can come and drag me online. If you don't get the required result in 30 days, your 8,000 naira is not my issue. I don't stay in Nigeria. So it cannot be a problem for me to not be able to return your money back. I'm telling you, it's a full refund guarantee. And it's about maybe a 4-hour course, and it has business ideas inside it. You are going to be added to a WhatsApp community. You are going to be given enough support for the next 30 days. If you don't get closer, I mean, some of you, I might not work because you have one-on-one sessions with me. Some of you might not work with your current business. I might eventually ask you to tweak what you do, or even ask you to change your business line, depending on your school, depending on the kind of environment. Some of you are selling a particular type of thing in the environment. There's once, okay, we did, let me quickly share this. We did a student entrepreneur bootcamp last year. I think last year around, I can't remember, maybe around June. There's a particular student that I advised. I said, based on your environment, you are trying to sell a very high product. She's selling shirts and all that. You're selling a high product in a particular environment that cannot buy it. That you're going to lose out on this market. So we had another webinar, maybe this year, and she was telling me that she has run into debt because I told her, change this thing to thrift. We could find a way to connect you to a lot of people that sell thrift, and you could start making money from even Facebook alone, right? How you can be selling thrift in your school and doing business in that regard, and you could be making money. This cloth you are selling, that you're selling one for 12,000, you know the kind of people that can buy it from you. She said literally everything she has all her money outside. She has run into debt, even her capital, her profit, everything is in it. That she could have taken that particular advice. You know, it will not be my problem again because I advise. So that kind of person, if you come back and say it did not work, you didn't do what I asked you to do. I will only advise, but I can't force you. So a lot of us are like that probably you have a skill, you have something that you're doing, or you even want to improve and all that. I will advise that you get in now. If it is possible, you can help me share it with the coupon code for them on the call, whoever want to get in. But if you're going to get in today, I might help you pay the remaining 2,000. It's not my money, it's for the community. I'm just invited to come and speak to you. I will help you cover the entire 2,000 for, even if everybody on this call is doing, and you do the remaining 8,000 yourself, and your link will be forwarded to you so that you'll be able to get it. But if you get in today, right, and I would advise everybody to get in. Like I said, I recorded the course. It's not here, and it's not that I was reading anything. The same way I'm teaching you, the same way I'm giving you experience, is the same way I shared it. Everything from A to Z, from how you can even find a new business idea to how you can sell and market, negotiation, how you can even manage your money. A lot of people I know, you have issues with money, like your business money is mixing up with your personal money. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I'm running into loss. I'm not getting customer. People are coming, but I don't know where the money is going into. It's just a way to make sure that you don't run out of business and eventually think it does not work. It works, so people are doing it. I shared a video on the community of a student in Unilag. This is where I'll close. A student in Unilag that was doing, I think, jewelry business, that she currently makes about 5 million or thereabouts as an undergraduate. And she graduated with a first class. I shared it in the community one time like that. I would tell the manager to also send it again. So you watch how people are doing it low-key. And it's not that nothing is going on. It's just that they know something you don't know, and they are able to follow through with such a mentorship and a particular, what's it called, that they go through. So before I go tonight, if you have question, let me quickly take it, and so that we can go. Question. So who is having question? Ask me any type of question, anything, even from what I've said, anything at all. Just ask me your questions. Ask me your questions, because once I'm gone, I'm gone. I will only see other people that are in the community. Please question. Okay, Shadrach, Timothy, yeah, please go on.
Okay. Good day, sir.
I will only be able to take. I will only be able to take two because of time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
If somebody else, please
I'm
quickly raise
the
your hand
founder for Sheds of
before time. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So we basically train people on digital skills, basically from this content creation and doing personal physical events. Yeah, and I part
Hey,
of a particular
you.
brand.
Yeah.
So a popular
Right.
known.
I don't know how many people can hear me. Not sure I can hear you.
Are you hearing me?
And please, if you can make it
Hello?
bit
Are you hearing me?
it's not that clear, but I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear me, right? So I approached him. Is
Yeah, I can hear
a
you.
particular big brand. It's a big brand around this my location.
Okay.
So I met him though, and he just gave me a go ahead to come and use his training center and train people. And
Okay.
so, and it's my first attempt. So I want to design a flyer, but I was not thinking, should I project more of my brand or his own brand? More like, so I was not like getting confused because even my business, I'm just getting to register it, and I don't have more of that corporate presentation out there. So I was not like confused. I was already designing the flyer to send to him immediately so that we can start the marketing. But I was not stuck at a point. Should I project more of myself in partnership with his own brand, or I should project more of his brand partnering with mine? But I'm actually the one going approaching the person. So he's
Because of
like
time,
he's the one partnering.
let me quickly answer your question because of time. So
Okay.
is that first answer you will do? It is your brand partnering with his own brand. It is not his own brand partnering with your brand, because at the end of the day, you are meant to also shine, because this is the beginning of your own shining too, and you have to own it, right? It might not be popular, but it will speak later, because on that ground you'll be able to do more things. It is your brand partnering with his own brand. Forget about whether you're not popular. You will not be popular until you start being popular. You'll not be a famous brand until you start one day. So it's something that you need to take a step. Oh, I'm not that big yet. It's one day you will start. So this might be your own opportunity to also start. It might not be that glamorous. Maybe a lot of people might not show up or might not know you, but you can always refer to that and you can build on that step. So let it not be the other way around, him doing for your brand. Let it be your brand partnering with his own brand. Project your brand more. There is project your brand more. That's my own advice. Project your brand more. It will really, really help you. I promise you. Okay. So the last question, because of time.
Thank you, sir. Look.
Okay, last question, please. Yeah, SC director. Yeah, you can.
GM, okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Umar.
Yeah,
So
good
I
evening.
really enjoyed the session. I really learned a lot and how to even coach some upcoming like students that want to dive into entrepreneurship. So my own question is that like for those trading, like did you have package for them? Because me, I really want to register with not the executive chair, but normal member. So do you have package for us?
Yes, that's why I said you can do the normal membership now, the one I mentioned. So just choose the normal membership on the link, and there you can go through it. So I believe there is a code that you can use to get the discount I mentioned too, so it will be shared. So once you go to the link, let me show us a demo. So witstartcommunity.com. So probably some of us are not getting it correctly. So you might, if you don't want to go with just for this call, I'm trying to share my screen. Maybe I should turn on my camera first. So you can see my screen now. So if you scroll through it, by the way, a lot of people, if you want to join the community, they are here. But if you scroll through it, you enroll on the course. It should take you to the course page. Sorry. It should take you to the course page. So this is the course page. So those of us that are saying 25K, so that means that when you click on it, you're going to see the starter pack. So a lot of people are getting it. So this is the executive pack, which is 25. When you click on it, you see starter pack. The starter pack is 10,000 naira. Executive pack is 25. Starter pack is 10. So if you want to go there, so once you want to buy, you could now decide to choose. So let's say you want to check out, you can now use, can you see my screen? My screen is not showing. Can we see my screen? You can't see it.
No, sir.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know why my screen is not showing. People of God, let me try it.
It's showing now. It's showing. You cannot see the screen.
The screen is not showing.
It's showing. It's now showing. It's now showing.
Sorry, I was muted all along. But you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Can we hear me? That's the most important thing. Just use a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, all right, you can hear me. So I said this is the page you will see. So once you see this particular page, the student entrepreneur course. So some of us, you see the executive package. No, you're not meant to choose the executive if you don't have the, what's it called? The capacity. You choose the starter pack. The starter pack is this. It comes with the course itself, with business idea ebook, and it's 10,000 naira. I said you get certificate upon completion. Obviously, you'll have seen all the modules. Like I said, I recorded it myself, so it's not like there's understanding student entrepreneurship, turning struggles to win, smart way to balance your book and business. Then the module 2, you can see how to generate your business idea, how to launch your product. Module 3, you can see how to find even business partners in school. 4, you can see sales and marketing that I said. You can see module 5, how to raise money for your business. Module 6, how to do profit and all that. So it's just like that, like that, like that. Like I said, if you come here, you're going to see the 10,000 naira package, which if you buy now, you just see checkout. So on the checkout page, you're meant to use a coupon code. See, for example, if this is my name, this is my email, I can write a coupon code. So if I have a coupon code, I believe the coupon code is with start. So if the coupon code is with start, if I apply it, I think this has expired. So they will reactivate it this night. So if I apply it, it's meant to reduce this particular amount that I have to 8,000 naira. But yep, so that's just the idea for all of us. And like I said, is my gift to you. So it's just going to be available for maybe this night, 24 hours. And if you don't have access to it, then Otilon. So I believe that answers your question, Mr. I can't really remember your name. Yeah, so I believe we're good. So any other question? No, we can't even take any question tonight. Yeah. All right, thank you guys. Over to you, Mr. I don't know if you are there, Mr. Kenny. I believe we've gotten value from tonight's class. Yeah. You can share it on the community if you really learned a lot. All right, thank you guys.